Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Independent Wrestling Review, hosted by yours truly, Michael Miner, the whole shebang. We are going to preview Prime Wrestling Season 6 episode from October. Let's see what our date was. October 7th, 2012. We first off with the day with the first start of the show with Arian Maguire with Mr. Marion Fontaine. They were talking about how they're going to raise the bar to Prime Wrestling. And if you guys really don't know much about Prime Wrestling, if you want to know more about this show, at the bottom of my page, I'm going to put in my description the website for PrimeWrestling.com. I want you guys to check it out. And also, if you guys are pretty much wrestling fans, I'll talk about this stuff. Then we start the show off with the whole shebang, Johnny Gargano, the new Prime Wrestling champion. He came out, said that they have a new champion because Johnny Gargano beat Jimmy Jacobs at Resolution 5 in August. Then he goes and tries to say, well, then now I have another person. I have Rhino. Now, Rhino, he was a former ECW World Champion and former TNA World Champion. So he was trying to, talk about he was trying to say how impressive he was against how impressive Rhino was with Jason Bane at Resolution 5. But then comes out Crimson. Now, Crimson comes out, and says something about some poem, some writer that he knew was talking about writers. So he said, well, because my goal is getting the Prime Wrestling World title and making your life a living hell. Then comes out Gory and Cursed. Gory and Cursed is just pummeling him, and then out came Rhino to save Johnny Gargano so he could be 100% ready for his match against him in 2 weeks on Prime Wrestling in 2 weeks. Then he all of a sudden goes and just gores the hell out of Johnny Gargano. Then he shows the people the belt because he's gonna be the next Prime Wrestling World Champion. I hope he does, because it'd be awesome for him to be world champion. Then we go into our first match. Late night Nikki Valentino against new Prime Wrestling debut of a guy named Thomas Adams. He was from Cleveland, Ohio, some little small town out there in Cleveland. And then, they had match and they kept, had some good offense from both of them. And then Nikki Valentino took a submission move from somebody named Bob Backlund. He took the chicken wing, the submission, the clutch or the chicken wing. That chicken wing move that Bob Backlund uses. So he's been trying to steal Legends moves. So then we get into the next show. We get into another interview, and it's with Bobby Shields. And he's talking about, he was a kid, he was a beautiful guy, had beautiful hair, he had beautiful girls. Then he bickers about Bobby Beverly destroying Sex Appeal, the group that they had back in 2007, 2008, around that time. That's when I just started watching it. So he's bitching about it, and he said, now you really pissed me off, because now he wants to go after Bobby Beverly. So then we get into the second match, the tag team title match between Crimson, the tag team champions Crimson and cursed against Brian Castle and Bat Dan. Well, his real name is Dan Arkham, but Brian Castle is little cuckoo in the head, and he goes and he calls him Bat Dan because he likes the Batman movies. So that match kept going around and around, and then Karst puts him in a sleeper submission. I put a leg around the head and then make him fall asleep. And so Crimson and Karst retain the tag team titles. Then we get into an interview segment after the match with Matt Mason. And he was in the interview, he was playing with his kids. He had his wife and his 2 kids. And the interviewer said, so after that you were defeated from Crimson and Matt Mason had a no DQ match. And he said, well, I don't care, CKY or whatever his name is, he gave me a better match at Resolution 5, but the thing is, he shouldn't touch my family. So then he goes and says that he's going to raise the bar. He's going to see Meat Madsen again. Maybe he'll give another chance at Crimson. So then we get into our last match of the hour. I know it's like an hour show. It's like from 9 to 10. We get into a match for the Prime Wrestling. Well, before the Prime Wrestling TV title, we go into another interview segment after the commercial between. It was Nate Madsen and Benjamin Boone. Nate Madsen goes and says about that he was disappointed in Benjamin Boone losing to Lewis London in a match at Resolution 6, Resolution 5. Then he goes and says about Zach Mauer, the one-legged wrestler, the guy that was a mentor to Gregory Iron before Resolution 4, but then backstabs him before the show and say, hey, you're nobody, you can't beat me. Well, Gregory Iron did beat Zach Gowen at Resolution 5. And then Zach Gowen betrayed Nate Madsen from the Sons of Michigan and went over to being back with Gregory Iron, shake hands. He apologized for saying that he was a loser and he was a nobody. Then we get into the last match between Benjamin Boone and the Prime Wrestling Television Champion Michael Facade. It was for the title, and Facade wins the match. He did pretty cool moves. He was a high flyer. He was more like a cruiserweight. So that was pretty much it for that day. Next Sunday is going to be Nate Madsen against Gregory Iron, and then we're going to have Rhino with their interview and Johnny Gargano with the interview. So, and also want to tell you guys, there's a website called Matchapalooza.com. It's a wrestling site that they talk about wrestling. They talk about the WWE, they talk about TNA, they talk about the video games. So I thought I'd let you guys know, if you guys are wrestling fans, please sign up to the site. It's an awesome site. I started in a couple months ago. It was a great site that he started up. It's a guy named CM Pulse 3. CM Pulse 3, I hope you don't mind about this, but I was thinking this week I'm going to put these 2 videos that I just made, the review from Ring of Honor and a review for Prime Wrestling. And I want to say to everybody at the Matchapalooza.com website, if you guys like you like the video and everything, please let me know what you guys want me to change. What do you guys want me to, because I'm mostly using my PlayStation 3 because I have the PlayStation Eye camera, because that's what I mostly use because I don't have a webcam. I might be getting a webcam sometime either this week or the week before. I have no clue what day I'm going to get one. But, I just want to know, people, please leave a message, leave a comment at the bottom of the description. Leave me a comment, what you guys think of it, because everything I've seen on all the pro wrestling on YouTube is I'm seeing a lot of WWE, a lot of TNA, but there's just not enough reviews for like Ring of Honor, Prime Wrestling, other independent wrestlings. Like I said in my last video about, there was Prime Wrestling, Gorilla, there's Combat Zone Wrestling. It's like, I want to speak out for the other independent wrestlings, because I've been looking through other companies. I still love WWE, I still love TNA, I still love, those two shows, but I want to get into other organizations. There's like Ring of Honor, there's Prime Wrestling out of Cleveland, Ohio. I wanted to get into these wrestling organizations. So please leave a comment at the bottom. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got I would say some short films from my PlayStation upload, and I have some other stuff on there too. So if you guys could please subscribe to my channel. It's Michael Miner. I know if you can really find the channel, look under Fun Time at Camp Randall Stadium. It'll be just say Fun Time at Camp Randall. It'll be the first video under a lot of advertisements. I just hate advertisements. So I thank you. This is my first time doing this stuff. Tomorrow night, I don't know, I think I might do the show. I might do a review of WWE Monday Night Raw from tomorrow night, because tomorrow night I'm pretty much worried about what Vince McMahon's gonna say about he has a WWE address. I'm wondering if it's going to be something to do with AJ, or is it going to be something to do with the company itself, the future of WWE. So I want to thank you, everybody. Please subscribe to my channel. I might bring in some random videos. I'll bring in, maybe I'll go somewhere, make a random video, stuff like that. Please subscribe to my channel. I thank you, and God bless everybody, and this is Michael Miner, and I would say, peace, brother.